Hello everyone, welcome back to the next episode on Doctor Who and Autism celebrations. And today with Grace, and it's really cool.
Hello.
It's going to be really cool to talk to you, Grace. So, Grace, would you mind doing an introduction? I always say this to everyone, but I seem to introduce people themselves. But so, if you introduce yourself, just say maybe a little bit about
Okay.
yourself. Why not?
Okay. Hello. Yeah. Instructions. Grace. Cosplay name Ace of Magic. I have an account on Instagram. You can find me at aceofmagic.cosplay. It's just a hobby. It's just casual.
Yeah,
Take some photos here and there. It's nothing. But hello.
yeah,
Just generally a Doctor Who fan, and some of the things like Harry Potter or a bit of anime here and there, like Studio Ghibli.
yeah,
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 that's about it.
yeah, yeah.
Sorry, I'm really awkward with instructions.
So am I. So am I. Yeah. So me and Grace, I keep having to look down because we didn't know our names before today. Which was quite funny. But me and Grace have we've known each other since I think late last year when we did Wilfred Mott tribute. Uh,
Yes,
um,
yes.
and that was pretty fun. A lot of people got involved in that. So yeah, so what I'm doing is asking a few people who was involved with that as well, just to get involved with just talking about Doctor Who in this series. So I guess like with your name, is that related to like with your like Ace of Magic? Is that because you like the character Ace in Doctor Who or
Ah,
anything like that?
oh, I've had that before. No, I actually just got it from my name. I just went Grace. Well, I take the G and the R off.
Oh yeah, Grace Ace.
But no, see, I haven't actually seen that much of Ace, and I haven't seen that much of the originals. I've watched a chunk of the first Doctor, and then the Eighth Doctor film. But
Yeah,
that's it. I haven't got past that yet.
yeah,
But I'm interested. I'm
yeah,
interested.
yeah,
And seeing Ace in the Power of Doctor, she does seem really good. So
yeah,
that's exciting.
yeah. I've never watched any of the old episodes either. Um, Only from Ninth Doctor onwards. I haven't even watched the movie. uh,
Right, right.
but
Good one.
I know what happens in it though.
Right. Just
Um,
watch it on New Year's. Perfect.
yeah, why not?
New Year's setting.
Yeah. But yeah, so that is so within Doctor Who, do you have um a favourite Doctor that you like in it?
Um, hmm. See, I seem to dress as 13 a lot,
Yeah,
but I do really like. I mean, maybe this is just because I really like Moffat's era, but I love 11 and 12.
yeah,
Both of them. Love them. I enjoy Jodie,
yeah,
but I love 11 and 12.
yeah. They are good. I like. I find 11 is really funny.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's really all over the place, chaotic, bit
yeah,
goofy.
yeah, yeah. He was really good. Like I I liked the 12th Doctor in his last series. Um,
Yeah,
I think that one was good. Not as much straight away. Not normally when I watch the Doctor, I'm kind of hooked straight away. But with 12, it just took a little bit more time,
mm.
more time with him. Like
He seems to be. Uh, well, me personally, I find he's better after Series 8.
yeah, he is.
Like
Yeah,
you see Capaldi come into the role a bit more and be a bit more comfortable.
yeah, he was.
Yeah,
Yeah, like I think it's very good actor as well. I did
yeah.
enjoy. I enjoyed 30th Doctor. Um, it's crazy really because I think she's got she's the longest run as the Doctor, but it doesn't seem that way because she doesn't have as many
No, it doesn't.
episodes. Really. But yeah, I liked I like all the Doctors, but I just have ones I like more maybe.
Hmm. You seem to dress as 10th Doctor a lot. Noticed on
Yeah,
your Instagram. Would you
yeah,
say he's a favourite?
yeah, yeah. I'd say so. Um,
Mm.
I at the moment I would not. I normally would phase between the 10th Doctor and the 11th Doctor, but because David Tennant has come back, I've kind of stuck
Yeah,
with the 10th Doctor for a little bit. Um, but I will be going back to the 11th Doctor to do a few things over the next maybe few months. Because I'm going to go to a few Doctor Who locations, and I like to go to different Doctor Who
oh,
locations and go to them and do the actual scene where it's set sometimes.
yeah. Like was it you who went to the Sarah Jane house?
Yeah, yeah, I went to Sarah
Yeah,
Jane House. Yeah,
that's the one.
yeah. That was pretty fun. Um,
That was pretty cool.
that was fun. But the attic isn't there. That's just somewhere else. Unfortunately, I actually asked, "Where's the attic?" Oh, it's not here. He says, um, but they houses like that, and like you said about Harry Potter, like the Harry Potter house, like where Harry lived. I imagine they just get so annoyed with all these people who
Just
knock on the
loads of
doors.
tourists.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, it is good to that is my favorite Doctor, the 10th Doctor. Um, and I don't I have got the well, I have got the cosplay for the 14th Doctor. I just recently got it. But I look forward to doing some videos on that. I plan to go to Bristol and recreate the scenes that were set there in the trailer. Um,
Oh, that'll be cool.
because I went there last year, but I didn't have enough time to spend there. I was kind of rushed, so I'm gonna go back again and have a look more because I just that's a hobby of mine. I just like to go to different locations that episodes are set episodes were set and stuff.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. Uh, my favorite. I don't know. Do you have a favorite episode that you like at all?
Uh, there's so many good ones.
I
It's
know
hard to pin down to one.
it is. Yeah.
It's easier to pin down to a series.
Yeah. What series do you like? Like what's your favorite series?
Mm, so coming from a River Song angle, 'cause I'm a bit of a big River Song fan.
Yeah.
Probably Series 6, but Series 10, that's really good as well.
Yeah.
I liked Bill, I like Bill. I wish she'd
Mm.
have just stayed a bit longer. She was good.
I think she would have been good if she was there when the 12th Doctor regenerated into 13. I think 13 and Bill would get along really well.
Yeah. What do you think of Clara? Would you say she was better paired with Matt or Peter?
Um,
I thought Peter.
I think that it's hard because she didn't get a lot of time with Matt, like the 11th Doctor.
No.
Really, she was in. She kept dying, and she just reminds me of Rory in that kind of sense, where she just die and come back to life. Um, but I liked her, but I just think that with the whole like with the 12th Doctor not accepting her to go, I think it would have been better is when she got killed by the Raven to stay killed by the Raven rather
Yeah.
than having a whole episode of getting her back and then
At
say
least they
goodbye to her.
ditched it. But
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, and
Yeah, it would have been better.
it turns out she's not dead anyway, so she just went off the TARDIS.
No, she just decided, yeah, heart stopped beating. I'm reanimated. Forget it. I'm not going back. I'm not going back.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I my favorite series probably would be the best series I like are I think series 4 is my favorite. I just like the episodes in it.
Mm.
And then I love series 5. I think series 5 is a really good one.
I think series 4 is a really good one because you've got that chemistry with the Doctor and Donna, and it's so witty, it's so on point with the humor, it's good.
Yeah, it is.
And
And
it's the first time in ages that we don't see a romance between the companion and the Doctor, so it's quite refreshing.
yeah, yeah, I like that because they didn't fall in love. Because like Rose loved the Doctor, Martha fancied the Doctor, and then you have Donna who's just
Yeah.
mate. And then then we go on to the other companions really. Amy fancies the Doctor. Um,
Yeah.
Clara fancied the 11th Doctor, but not the 12th, so that was okay.
Yeah, that makes some sense though.
Yeah, yeah, because old enough to be her dad. Yeah. And then
Yeah.
you've got I think with Shooty and Millie, I don't think they'll fall in love. I hope not, but I don't think they
No.
will.
There seems to be a lot of push for relationships with the Doctor at the minute,
Yeah,
like romantic relationships rather than just friendship ones.
yeah. It like if it was with companions, I'm fine with. Like if
Yeah.
like with like you had Amy and Rory. I think that's fine, but just with the Doctor, I always say the Doctor is there to travel. He's not. I don't have time to fall in love. With the well, I think River Song is the only one person. Like they're married, and then what did you think about that scene? I think I think it was in the Legend of the Sea Devils, where the Doctor was mentioned River actually. I think it was talking about saying something to Yaz, where she was saying I would if I could or something like that. So she
Yeah.
would have if she could.
I liked that mention because you don't forget your loved ones. You don't just leave them behind. You remember them. So it's a good little nod to, well, your ex-wife, late wife,
Yeah,
whatever you want to call it.
yeah. Do you
Of course, you come at it of a perspective that she's not dead because there's somewhere out there some alive version of her.
would you like to
Uh,
see would you like to see River come back?
that's a tough one because yes, yes, it would be great to have her back, but she had a really nice ending on Beryllium,
Mm,
and I think it was really sweet and it just closes everything off perfectly.
yeah,
As for the Doctor and Yaz, I'm here for it. I like it, but I just think it was a bit rushed in.
yeah,
There's such a struggle for character development going on through series 11 and 12 because there's so many people in the TARDIS, and then it's only when we get to Flux it starts to develop more. But
yeah,
it just feels like it's randomly put in to me.
yeah.
I've got no problem with it. Go for it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the same. Which is why I explained that. Like, so we've got Ryan Sinclair who they actually could have built a good storyline there because he's talking about his dyspraxia, and then that's forgotten. He has a dad, that's forgotten.
Yeah.
And then you've got I like Graham. I think out of all the companions, I'd say Graham is my favorite because I just like I like his
Yeah, it's good.
character. And then he went, and then you had Dan. Dan was okay. Um, but I almost think like the characters like that should just be cameos. Um,
Yeah.
because they're like comedians. And
They've just got put in for comedy, didn't
yeah,
they?
yeah. And like you say, the whole Yaz thing was really rushed. Like from the first series, she wasn't really falling in love with her. Like maybe a little bit towards the end. But yeah, it was very rushed, and Vinda was, in my eyes, I didn't really understand who he was, and it's the same with the Joe Martin's doctor. We never really found out who she was.
Of
Did
course,
we?
never rushed one.
Yeah,
It's a shame because there's a lot of good character potential there, but I kind of
yeah,
put her in and then dropped it.
yeah. And there was so many, like there was so many unanswered questions, like with the fob watch. That I think it was the Flux series. I think the whole series was based on this watch. The what was in it, all the Doctor's memory, and she throws it away. And we don't. I don't think they will go back to that watch. They may and have a look at all the memories, but like it's almost like there's loads of things that have been missed, and that they could have loads of, like you say, potential that could have been.
Maybe focusing on such a huge budget, because the budget has grown over time. Maybe focusing on a big budget and the schedule of doing all those things kind of rushes the writing. I don't know, but
Yeah, yeah, I,
that's a guess.
yeah, I, I know one of the Dalek episodes on the New Year's. They filmed that a year before it was actually viewed, like released. Um, so it is a shame. Like I think COVID didn't help with it, anything
No,
really. So like I understand it's not going to be as good, but yeah, it's a shame. It is a shame. Like because with Jodie, if she was maybe with Russell, she could have been okay. Like she like a bit better. Um, um, and yeah, I think she will return to Doctor Who though in the future.
I think she
Uh,
was brilliant. She was a brilliant doctor. It's just the storylines are just so rushed. It's a bit of a letdown.
yeah, yeah,
I felt like Flux was better than series 11 and 12, but
yeah.
it's just rushed.
I think the highlights out of the second series, is when they brought the Master, and then you had another Doctor.
Yeah,
That made it a little like when I actually first viewed Spyfall, the two-part, I actually really liked it. I thought this is going to be a really good series. And then as it went on, it didn't. I like they had a few okay episodes during Jodie's run. I even thought the Power of the Doctor was a bit rushed as well because the amount of people they had in it. Um, but I did like it. I think that was one of her better episodes, the Power of the Doctor. Um,
yeah, it was.
um, I
Um,
One of the longest episodes as well as Doctor Who from the revival as well. I think it was even longer than the end of time. So it was good. And yeah, it was. She did have a good send off. I'd say that. Like her last words were really good.
yeah. Would you say, I don't know, what do you think of the Sash Dewan's master and bringing the master back when Missy has died and couldn't regenerate?
Mm.
Would you say that's okay without explanation, or would you say different?
Um, it it really looks like that Sasha's the one master is after John Sims because they're so similar, you know.
They
Um,
are. They are.
like they have so much anger. Like it's almost like it's like a it's very similar. And I've really liked Sasha Dewan's Master. I did really like it. That was probably the highlight of Judge's era. That you did get a Master, but I liked Missy as well. And it's almost like Missy's forgiving, more forgiving, than any of the Masters that we've seen. But I would like to see where it would fit in, but like what order they're in, like if when Missy dies, what it's really confusing. You see, so if that's happened,
It is.
does that mean the 13th Doctor is before the 12th Doctor? You kind of think
Yeah.
about that.
But then, hmm, have you seen? I don't know if you're interested in Big Finish or any particular box sets, but Missy series 2. There's a bit of an explanation behind it that they tried to write. Don't know if you count that as lore or not, but it puts a version of the Master in between Dewan and Missy.
Okay.
I'm not going to say much more than that. I'm going to spoil it, but
Okay. Yeah,
that's probably worth listening to if you're interested in that.
yeah, I might have to check it out. But yeah, it is. I think, but I think now, I think maybe the Master just should have a little bit of a break.
Yeah.
Because well, we're always seeing the Master. Like Matt Smith didn't get one. I feel sorry for him. Like he didn't get one. But I think the Master does need a little bit of a break. Have someone different.
Yeah.
Although he should get wants a Master. He got asked what monsters he wants to face, and he said a Master. So I don't know if Russell will allow that, but yeah, I think there's loads of Time Lords. No, there's not just 2 Time Lords, so they could have
There
another.
is.
That they could have maybe the Rani or someone else.
They could bring the monk back.
Yeah.
Romana. Any.
Yeah. There's so many people that could bring back. I would love them to bring back the like just old villains that haven't been seen for a long time. So maybe like to Slovene, perhaps the Silence that we only saw a couple of times.
Yeah. They could bring more from the originals as well. I mean, they probably have, but they could do more. Great, do bring them back, but bring some other people back. Keep inventing new things as well.
Yeah, yeah. What I'd like to see now. So, like for the 60th, I would like for them to bring as many companions, as many like companions maybe from old Who or even new Who that they want to bring back. And then after the 60th, then we have like start fresh. Like maybe have some. You got Kate come back. You've got Bon Lamford, but maybe just use that few. But just make some new ones. So like you can have some iconic new ones for the future, as well.
Yeah. I mean, they're bringing, what was it, Beat the Meep back?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's from the comics, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've never read the comics, but
Neither have I, but yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
what do you think of? See, with Ninth Doctor, you've got like one series. So, would you say would the Ninth Doctor have benefited from another series, or is that? And it's a shame that Eccleston and the crew didn't get along.
Yeah.
But
it was. It
was a really good era.
It would have been interesting for them Eccleston to go against a Master, really, or even for other enemies because he never fought the Cybermen.
Yeah.
Other than he saw a Cyberman in a museum, but I don't think that counts. But yeah, it would have been interesting. Like I think he even said that maybe what they could have done is asked him to come back because what they're doing with David Tennant is to bring him back as like a loan, as far as aware. But with like Chris Eccleston, he's always said I'd come back if I did it on my own. Like he had his own episode with no other doctors, and they could have done something like that. Because unfortunately, like most of the other doctors love Doctor Who, and they're always wanting to come back. And with him, he'd do Big Finish. But yeah, I think he would have been good. I think him and Peter Capaldi's doctors would actually be so funny because they would probably argue all the time.
Yeah.
But that would be funny.
Him and Capaldi's doctor would have a lot of energy going back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, it would. But yeah, it was unfortunate, but I did think series 1 was really good. I love the passings of the ways. I think that was really good. That episode, Father's Day was good. Um, the uh, the gas mask people were pretty scary, but
Yeah, how to give kids nightmares.
yeah,
Gas mask people.
yeah, saying like, "Oh, you my mummy" and stuff like that.
And then you've got the guy who played Victor Meldrew on Foot in the Grave just sitting there like, hey, I'm a doctor. Okay, now I've got a gas mask.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I actually, when I was on this, like, I went to the shop and I bought a gas mask. I just bought it. I bought a gas mask, and I'm gonna do a couple of videos of it. I've done one. I've done two actually, but I've only shared one at the moment. But the problem is, it don't stay on you; it just falls off. So you have to. It's not very good. It's terrible. Um, yeah, and I wanted. So yeah, I bought myself a gas mask. Um, um, but yeah, I really like those episodes though. They were good. Um, but it's very interesting where you look at these certain like locations, like with Doctor Who, because some are actually set in the same place. Like for example, the 11th hour, where where he is in the town, it's the same place, like where it is. It's the same place as where Vincent and the Doctor, you know, where the monster is in the church.
Oh, yeah.
That is the same place, but just
Huh.
over the like because the 11th hour is right next to a church. And it's when I went, I didn't know this. I knew when I left, so it's actually behind it. So it's really cool how they do these kind of things.
Yeah, I never
Yeah,
knew. So thanks.
yeah, yeah. And then with the silence in the library, they have three locations there. One with the 13th Doctor, one with Amy and Rory, and then one where don't know. It's right
Yeah.
at the beginning of the episode, or it's actually at the end of the episode where the Doctor looks at the book, or puts the book on the side right at the end, and then goes running to save River. It's that scene. Um,
Right.
and it's really interesting, really. Like, well, it's annoying they're all set in the same place. I think that's the annoying part. But the good thing is they're all very near.
I suppose it's because of what budget or
Yeah,
actually
okay.
booking the place.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, they like using their beaches though, Doctor Who do.
They do, and they like Cardiff. They do
Yeah.
like Cardiff.
Cardiff is nice. Like it's a nice place. Um, I just hope they do the. I never went when they used to do the Doctor Who experience there, but I imagine they'll do something like that again. There, I would like it. I like them too.
Was that the one they had next door to was it BBC Wales, the studio thing?
Yeah, it's something like that.
I can't think of it. I
Yeah,
can picture it. I can't think of it.
somewhere in Wales, oh Cardiff, they did this
Yeah, I went
experience.
to it years ago.
I went to one when there was one in London, very similar thing. And this was when Matt Smith was the Doctor. And then I'd go around. It was pretty cool, but the thing is, when the Weeping Angels come up, I wouldn't blink. I wouldn't blink. Um, and I said to people I was going with, I said, "Don't blink. I'm being serious," and I was being serious. Because I didn't blink the whole time I walked past them. I didn't move, probably because I didn't blink. But yeah, that was fun. But yeah, like they had one in Liverpool, didn't they? Like a little kind of museum thing where you can go around at the
Yeah,
TARDIS and that.
wasn't that like last year,
Yeah, Worlds of
September?
Wonder, I think it was.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, I've been to that one as well.
yeah. I went to that one.
That's good.
It was pretty good.
Moved it to Scotland after, didn't they?
Yeah, yeah, a bit far.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely a bit far.
yeah. It was fun. Um, what I did, when I was there, I went on my, I think, 10th Doctor clothes, and I just did different TikToks around the different bits. And then like people were looking at me like, "What are you doing?" I was like, and then someone wanted to talk to me, and so I had to say, because you don't have a time limit when you got to be in there, and I said,
Right.
I just got to go over there and do a video. Just stay there. I'll talk to you in a minute. Um, but they did have some good things to look at. They had, I, I like the one where they had the child from the family of blood. Where
Yeah,
like the mirror. Because you could just put your phone in the mirror like you're there. So that was
just
pretty
stare at
cool.
it.
Yeah, that
I
that
like
was a
the
good.
Dalek you can climb inside.
Yeah,
You just climb inside the Dalek and operate it. That was fun.
yeah. I brought a
And then you
pack
got
of
the
jammy
Dalek
judges.
microphone.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, yeah. That was fun. And then you had the little shop.
Yeah.
You had the little shop at the end. I spent too much money on that little shop. Um, but yeah, that was. Oh yeah, you had the TARDIS. When you go out, you have a TARDIS at the end as well, don't you?
Yeah. Oh, speaking of jammy dodgers, I took mini ones.
Yeah,
You can get mini ones in a pack. I took
yeah.
them and jelly babies.
Jammy Georges were good.
Yeah. If you're gonna go around dressed as a doctor, take some Doctor Who snacks. Or even if you're not dressed up, just take Doctor Who snacks.
Yeah, yeah. That is that. Like, I when I did a video with the Dalek was I literally bought Jammy Georges. Um, I did. And then I probably ate them afterwards, but um, it was good fun. Like, not an extent of a Doctor Who like there was years ago, but it was good. It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But my favourite episode of Doctor Who is it wasn't when I was younger, petrified. Um, but I like to get on the fireplace. From series two. Yeah, it was series two. I like it
Yeah.
because
Madame de Pompadour.
yeah, that was
Sorry.
it.
Yeah. Go on.
Yeah. And I like it because I love the music and I like the whole vibe of the episode. That one. Um,
Mm.
and then I like the scene where the Doctor's peekabooing in the garden. Um, I find that funny. Um, and I went to the location last year and I did that. I just recreated it where it was. And then when I met David Tennant at a Comic Con, um, I showed him the picture of it, um, of me there and him there, and I said, "Hey, look, I'm there where you were 15 years ago."
Did
That
he
was
say
pretty fun.
anything?
He loved it. Yeah, he was he he was really happy about it. But yeah, it was good. Going to it's pretty cool when you go to these different locations because in the same place actually where that peekaboo scene is set, up the path from it is Missy's fountain. Um, like yeah, like you got Missy's fountain, but I was quite naughty when I went because it was closed. Like you couldn't get past it, so
Uh,
I still wanted to have like a picture and that there. So when no one was looking, I sneaked past it. And I just was there. Um, which is quite cool. That was.
mm.
But also another thing
Might
you
be.
might not know about that location, Grace, is the same place where that is exactly the same place where where the episode where there's two Amy's. Um, in that one, and then like the handbot episode.
Right.
Yeah, and then that scene outside where Rory gets handed by it outside. That's the same place where the where the fountain is for Missy.
Might look into some locations. It sounds fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm just picturing these different scenes and going, oh,
Yeah.
ooh, that's cool.
Yes. It is good fun. Like when people ask me how do I know all this? Yeah. Like it's really cool. Like you go to all these different locations and oh my I don't know if I have a favourite one, but they are just so fun to go to. I want to go to Wilfred's Cafe in the End of Time. You know when they had that chat.
We had that chat, and then Donna was outside.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is one I want to do. 'Cause it's cool when you go to if you go and cosplay and stuff, you just recreate the scene. It, because if you do 13th Doctor, the beach is in Cardiff, where you know that Weeping Angel episode. You've got that one in there, and then you probably have the one, the Legend of the Sea Devils, as well.
Yeah.
But there's so many out there. It's my hobby since last year because I was watching an episode of Doctor Who, and then it was a girl on the fireplace. I was like, oh, that's really interesting because it's really cool because it doesn't look like it when we watch the episodes, but they're in half a dozen locations in the episode and not just all in one bit. I thought, hang on, where's this set? I'm gonna go and have a look, and then I did.
What would you say is your top one to go to at the moment? Would you say it's the cafe, something else?
Actually, the top one is the the Waters of Mars episode. It's
Yes.
the
Yeah.
Waters on Mars where you had the water creatures and that. Well, that was set in a garden centre. So that is my top one. I think the Doctor's Daughter is set in exactly the same place as well. So that's my top one. The cafe is another one. And actually, there's a park that I really want to go to, which has 2 episodes set there. One is the Sontaran, episode where with David Tennant, where right at the end the Doctor, I think it's called Poison Sky or something, where he says he has this device where it cleans the sky with all the fog. That episode is the same episode location as Hyde from the Doctor. So that's another one. But I have my own River Song book. And then
I made my own.
Yeah, I put all the locations in it. Really. Yeah, I put all the locations in it. A couple of houses.
Nice book.
A couple of houses I want to go to. Like the old Donna Noble house, the old Little Amelia house. There are a few I want to go back to some, like just to do some scenes I didn't get to do. But it's a good hobby. Like it's good fun. Like, and then you just do a video. What I normally do is when I go to them, I'll do a video explaining what it is, and then I'll just do a video, maybe some scenes from that place. Yeah, it's very fun. It's very fun to get into it. But like we have like with the 50th. Like I went to a scene that has the 50th. The dungeon where they all were with the Zygons. That scene.
Oh yeah.
With the
Is it the one where they all get stuck behind the door and then they decide, okay, we can screwdriver our way out of here? Oh wait, it wasn't locked.
That is there, but I couldn't go in that one It's the one, you know, where Queen Elizabeth, they're with Queen Elizabeth and they're taken into the Zygon dungeon.
Okay.
Is that
The
one?
headquarters,
Yeah,
kind of.
yeah. Like I went there and then it was free when I got in, but and then the scene outside where you can see um well where the TARDIS was parked and stuff like that. Um, that was cool. But a lot of these locations you'll find that Merlin and other things are set there too. You'll find everyone may maybe not just be Doctor Who's that's set in a set location. Um, like one I went to like Flesh and Stone was set there. So there's so many. Like you may go to a location and more than one episode is set there sometimes.
Yeah,
Um,
that's pretty cool.
like the beach. You know the beach where Rose said goodbye to
Yeah,
the Doctor. That's the same beach as the one with the dinosaurs on the spaceship. You know when they're out there and
yeah.
the same beach. You remember the Weeping Angel episode, the start of the Weeping Angel episode with River Song. Um, that one. That's actually on the side of the beach as well. Um, so they are very cool. Um, they are. But I went to one last year that wasn't actually set in Cardiff. Funny enough, the one I went to was the David Tennant episode with Lazarus, um,
Mm.
and you know where the Doctor plays the piano.
Yes.
Well, I went there and I asked, can I go up there? And they let me up there, but it's so small. Like Dave Tennant must be so small because because like you can't move up there really. So yeah, it's all very interesting. Yeah. Um, is there if you had to pick about a certain location that I don't know from an episode, what one would
Um,
you what one would you like to go to?
oh, there's so many though. So I haven't really researched into it. Definitely
Yeah.
not on the level that you've researched into it
Yeah.
either. But
Yeah.
obviously
Yeah.
got a passion for it. It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
Um, probably one of the beaches, since that's pretty. It's a pretty big crossover across episodes.
Yeah. It is.
Or maybe a trip back to Cardiff.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you've got Yanto Shrine there. And
Yeah,
yeah. The
that's worth a trip.
yeah. If you go to Cardiff, you go into the Millennium Centre, which is at the bay. Um, New Earth was set there, so the doors, that's where they walk in from New Earth. Um, and then
Right.
if you go in, and then you got the stairs, that's where John Sim, as a master, addresses the nation to say what this country
Oh,
needs is the Doctor. Um,
brilliant.
so you got that one there, but everything, all the rooms are not there anymore from where they used for like New Earth, but they're just two locations there. Um, and in the bay, you'll get a load of locations that place in the bay. Like the time heist from Peter Capaldi, like if you watch it, like where they're entering the heist, like the actual
Yeah.
place, you'll see the poles which are in the Cardiff Bay. So there's so many. But yeah, they are. It's good time. It is a good time. Um, but yeah, it's a good thing to get into. I could talk about it all day, but about all the different places you go and visit. There's some I haven't been to. But it's good fun. It's good fun.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. But do you have a favourite Doctor Who quote that you like? Um,
Um, it's been a while since I rewatched, so let me think. Don't think I particularly do have a favourite, but I do like. You remember the wedding scene with 11th Doctor and River?
yeah.
It went something like, what was it? It was to do with the universe, and it was like that's it. You are loved by so many and so much, and by no one more than me.
Oh yeah,
I liked that. That was quite sweet. Summed it up.
yeah,
There's loads of cool quotes though.
yeah. I
Like
think
even just something simple like the doctor giving a catchphrase, like, brilliant, Geronimo.
yeah, yeah,
You know.
yeah. I like those catchphrases. But they're the best part of Doctor Who, aren't they? Like everyone's having a catchphrase. But yeah, I like them ones too. Like all the different catchphrases. My- I like all like there's so many we can pick, but I like that one because
There is.
like there is so many like you could say like all the time. There's always loads. But yeah, I look forward to the 60th.
Yeah.
Later on. It's going to be cool and see what Shooty does afterwards.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think 14 will give a speech? Because we've had some really good doctor speeches.
What I hope him to say is, "I'm ready to go now," or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll say a
Something for the
lot.
regeneration.
I don't think he'll say a lot because it was a long process for him to regenerate into Matt Swift's Doctor. Like his regeneration took a long time.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be like this time. I hope he regenerates outside the TARDIS though. Like Jodie did. That's nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think it'll be long. I am very intrigued to see how he regenerates though. Like if Donna has a bad ending and he takes all the memory, that maybe that's how he regenerates perhaps. But I do think Donna may not survive. I think she might die.
Yeah.
In the 60th.
Unless there's a way around it. But
yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
yeah.
It's gonna be interesting to see what happens. Like, I hope there's gonna be lots of surprises. So I'm very excited. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun to see what happens. But yeah, that would be a nice way because the 10th Doctor was very selfish. I think, wasn't he? And
Yeah.
hopefully the 14th Doctor isn't.
Hopefully, it's loads and things.
Yeah, maybe he can remember where he got this face from. Maybe that'll be a start, and then he can get on with it. But yeah, I am very excited for the 60th. I always say this every time I talk about it. I'm very interested when how they go do the episodes. Is it going to be one after another, like 3 days, or is it going to be weekly? Because the 60th falls on a midweek day, so it don't fall on the weekend. So that's going to be weird.
Right.
That'll be weird having it on maybe like I think a Thursday or something. So
it's really easy to get used to it being on one particular day for ages, and then they change it.
Yeah, like because it was on Saturdays for so long, and then they changed it to Sundays. Yeah, I was more of a fan of it on a Saturday than a Sunday. Because yeah, I just liked it that way. I remember the days where Doctor Who was on with the 12th Doctor. They put him on at like 9:20 p.m. or something. I remember those days, but then they like to do it earlier now. But yeah, I hope it goes back to Saturdays for the new series. But thanks, Grace. It's been good to talk finally. Finally, in person. Well, not in person. Well, kind of in person.
Well, kind of.
Yeah, and we know each other's names now.
Yeah. Oh, hey.
Yeah. Maybe we should have asked that when we did the Wolfram Moch review. Maybe we should have asked that then.
We should have done.
Yeah. Now we know each other now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But to anyone else who's watching today, I hope you've enjoyed it as much as us. And we'll see you in the next episode of Doctor Who and Autism Celebrations.